Hello, 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 world. We are hanging out today in the car. See my lips? Red lips today because it's fire outside. So I have fire engine red lips for the fire engine heat. What we have going on today? We just going to sit here and see who stops by. Wiley eats his Dunkin' Donuts and drinks his coffee. And I don't want any of that today because I just don't want none. So I'm going to drink my Cosmic
Got my Boston cream.
Culata.
I usually get apple crumb, but I've been eating apple crumb for a minute now, so I don't want this now.
This is blueberry and pineapple. Just they skimped on that blueberries, you can see.
All right, my egg and cheese wake up wrap.
We just out doing some errands, hanging out, seeing what you guys doing on that hot, fiery Friday.
Fiery Friday.
It's hot up out here in these streets.
It's been fiery all week.
What's going on in YouTube streets? I've been around to see what you doing, what you guys doing.
I feel like I need more food.
I don't know why you buy those little things.
Because I'm so used to eating early, super early in the morning. This is not super early, this is late. And I usually don't want a gargantuan meal.
It's like I don't have eyebrows, don't it? Like I don't have no eyebrows.
No, I see eyebrows.
No, looking at the camera.
I see eyebrows.
I mean, you see them, but they look thin like. Never mind. I should have did my eyebrows. I didn't feel like doing that. Didn't know how I was going to feel about doing makeup today because it's hot. Even though it doesn't feel heavy, just feel like you shouldn't have makeup on today because it's so hot outside. So guys, what we might do is, since nobody's around, I don't know where anybody's at, but everybody's probably hanging out, sleeping late. It's summertime.
Or at work, it's Friday.
Or at work because it's Friday. Your
Friday.
views are kind of low in the summertime.
It's not lunchtime either.
And it's not lunchtime either. So we are going to just maybe, I don't know what we want to talk about.
Well, you do know what you're talking about. You've been talking about the heat and the weather advisory, remember?
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So guys, today, make sure you get your Gatorade. Put it in your bag. Make sure you drink it on it. Don't just put it in your bag and don't drink it. Make it cold or even drink it warm. Either way, you should be having your Gatorade just in case, so you can make sure you stay hydrated.
Ain't no joke out here, people. The other day I had a headache right here, and it didn't go nowhere for a long time. And I'm thinking because I was just hot and dehydrated. I usually take in a lot of water, and for whatever reason I didn't. Just because it's hot doesn't mean you're gonna be thirsty. So when you're thirsty, it's too late. So I waited till I was thirsty, or near thirsty. Actually, I waited till I had a headache. But then you gotta play catch up. Just like not eating on time, not sleeping how you're supposed to, whatever the case may be. Should be preventative. Preventative care is the key with this heat.
Yes.
So if you're going to the beach,
You are going to the beach, you might want to be careful. It is a warning for the sand is going to be very hot and you can get blisters on your feet and burn your feet on the sand. From that walking from wherever your blanket is or walking from the beginning of the beach. I'm not sure how beaches are anywhere, but here the beaches are usually a distance away from where you park your car to where you get to the water. So you may want to make sure you got shoes or flip-flops or something covering your feet because they are saying that this sand will burn you, will literally burn you. We are dealing with a different type of heat these days, and this heat is serious. So you have to make sure that you are covering up your feet and putting on your suntan no matter what your race is. You need to protect your skin. And guys, you need to read it, what it says, because a lot of times we just put the suntan lotion on in the beginning of the day and think it is going to last all day. Most suntan lotions and stuff, sunscreen, it only lasts up to 90 minutes, 80 minutes, half an hour, depending on what kind it is. So you have to keep reapplying it throughout the day because it will literally start to burn your skin. Nobody wants no kind of skin cancer or anything like that. So you got to protect your skin and make sure you are lotion, especially for the little kitties because they don't always know how to stay under the shade. You know, it may look weird, but you might want to get your umbrellas and take that sun and get off beaming down. Oh, excuse me, beaming down on top of your head. I always tell my kids in summertime, the sun bakes people's brains, so that makes you not think clear. It makes you do strange things that you shouldn't be doing. So you might want to cover that head, protect your brain cells in this heat today, guys. Yeah, protect yourself. Don't think that no matter how dark your skin is, that means that you can't be burnt. Any kind of skin that this sun beams down on will get burnt eventually.
Be careful and check your. We've been having severe weather warnings like crazy, so make sure you check if you're planning on going out to the beaches. Make sure it's not going to be a heavy thunderstorm, lightning, thunder, heavy rain, because although it's like partly cloudy right here, some of these clouds look a little funky.
Yeah, so it could be thunderstorming. You need to be careful because you don't want to be caught in the beach in a lightning storm.
No.
So that's not something that you want for yourself in the water, wet with the lightning. And be careful for the elderly people. You know, you have an older aunt, mother, father, grandparents. Check on them because you know how the elderly can be. Sometimes they don't want to run their electric bill up. They don't want to put their air conditioner on. Today is going to be crazy. They are even giving a warning saying today that even a fan is not enough because it doesn't do nothing about the humidity. It will blow air, but if the humidity is high, which is going to be today, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, you might want to check on them. Make sure they're not sitting in the house burning up, or even just get them out to the mall if they just refuse to cut the air conditioner on. It's just you know, a lot of ways you can find yourself and stay cool and make sure they are drinking. Just because a person is 60, 70, 80 years old doesn't mean that they're drinking how they should and hydrating themselves properly and on. It's not just going to be for today. It's going to run into almost into next week with this heat. So you want to make sure that you are protecting them as well as, you know, keeping up with yourself and your children, because kids don't have sense. That's why they're kids. And they'll play outside and overexert themselves and dehydrate themselves easily, and you'll end up at the ER when all you got to do is give them some Gatorade. Gatorade doesn't cost that much.
Water, it's already paid
or
for.
Water, it's already paid for. Get it out the faucet, out the refrigerator, wherever you get your water, and make sure these kids are drinking water. And don't forget about your pets the same way. That's why they have us as pet parents, because they don't have enough sense to make sure they are staying out of the sun. They want to play and not thinking about getting dehydrated. Dogs can also get dehydrated. You don't want your dog to get sick. You care about them like you care about your family, so you want to keep them cool and in the house too, and not outside on a leash all day while you're at work. You know, find a cool place, put them in the bathroom, you know, until you can get home where it's nice and cool. Put them in the basement or somewhere where it's cool, in the kitchen, and fence it off. You cannot leave your dog outside, not on a day like this.
No, that's crazy.
It'll be a disaster. You come home, your dog is laying out in the heat. I mean, this heat is serious out here today. So
a little bit
and it's not going to change. It's going to get, tomorrow's going to be that much hotter than it is today. It's already 10:20 here in New Jersey, and right here is reading 91 in the car. That's because the sun is shining directly on the car, but it could be close to being in the 90s already. They said it's going to,
I believe it.
The heat is not going to work all the way until 3 like it usually do. They said by 12 you're going to be feeling the full effect of whatever the heat is for the day. Tomorrow is going to be in the 3 digits. It's going to be up to 100. So 9 times out of 10, we live in a high humidity, so the humidity is going to make it hotter. So if it's 100, it's going to feel hotter than 100.
Yeah.
So you might want to be checking your weather report. Make sure you're not putting too much layer of clothes on. You know, because sometimes we dress for inside our job and not when you coming out. You know, you might want to not have all those layers and stuff on, and make sure you got cool, comfortable, you know, just so you won't be irritated, you know, comfortable for these next couple of days, and have a nice, and, you know, enjoying the weekend. And like I said, being on this holes. You don't be on the concrete in the sand without no shoes, covering and protecting your feet. Our ozone layer is basically probably destroyed at this point. So we are getting like some ridiculous rays from the sun these days that we have to be more mindful. Where it was a time where you didn't have to have all these precautions. Sunscreen wasn't as, unless you were baking out in the sun. But just walking from your house to your car, you're getting tanned. Like, so you protect yourself.
So even though with all those warnings, doesn't mean all your fun is gone. It's just
No.
be careful, enjoy yourself, and look out for those who are not looking out for themselves. That
Yes.
have been before mentioned.
Throw it into your pocketbook, your man bag, whatever you have. Throw that stuff on in there and just keep applying and keep your skin. I mean, who wants some old wrinkly skin anyway? You start to get to a certain age, you start to think about that, but you should be thinking about that when you're young. Don't start taking care of your skin when you're 65. That's not going to help you. You go ahead and protect your skin and not overdo. I know people like to get tanned and get darker in the summertime, but it's really not always worth it. Preserve your skin. That's what I'm saying. But I'm going to take some more sips of this Coolatta. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Dunkin' Donuts has Coolattas. I love them. They're good. And you can add them to mixed flavors. Wawa have their Slurpees, the ices. Get your nice cool drinks if you don't want to be in the water or wet yourself. I mean, you can always take it back to old school. Throw the kids and the dog and everybody outside and just cut the water hose on. That water is always cold. I don't care how hot it is. That water comes through those pipes. It's going to be cold and wet everybody down and let them sit outside and eat some ices.
Yeah.
Let the kids drink. Let the kids drink the ices. Or you can make your own. All you need is some ice and some Kool-Aid or whatever drink, Crystal Light. Pour it in a blender with some ice, blend it up, and that is a whole thing of ice for the kids. Or don't feel like doing that, go right to the Save-A-Lot, the Pathmark. Well, I'm not gonna say Pathmark because Pathmark's not here no more. I don't know why I be thinking about Pathmark so
Don't
much.
forget people in other regions. You got Kroger's.
ShopRite, local markets, grocery stores, everywhere sells some type of cheap old ices. My favorites are the Save-A-Lot ones that you can get for $2. You get a whole pack of ices.
Kroger's, Piggly Wigglies.
$2, guys. Come on. $2. You got $2 in your change thing in your car. Hello.
Hey, Australia.
Oh,
hello.
Wow. Welcome from Australia.
Oh, that is one of my bucket lists to get to Australia. I did a report in 6th grade about the Great Barrier Reef. I like marine life. I probably should have did something with animals, but I didn't. I decided to be a civil servant and help others, but that's awesome. Hello to Australia. We have an Australian friend now.
Yes, Jack. So I can't imagine what your weather is today. I wanted to see because they said everywhere we're supposed to be really warm.
What time is it in Australia right now? And what part are you from?
Wow, thanks so much.
Golden Thread, what's up?
GT. Thanks for stopping by.
Sydney?
And thanks for that super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. That's what's up. Sydney, Australia. So is that's a city, right? Or is that considered the suburbs here? Golden Thread.
GT. I missed your thing the other day. I came in late. These computers be acting, this internet be acting crazy.
It's
Sometimes
near the end
you get
of winter. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Wow, it's cold there.
It's just
No, we can't do that in slow motion like how you be doing it.
No, I ain't gonna try to bite off of him. Golden Thread got his own style. Y'all go check out Golden Thread, man. Very entertaining.
Yes, he is like no other channel on here. You get a lot of crazy stuff here on YouTube, but you don't get too much good stuff.
You said NSW? It came up fast. Can you explain the NSW? No, don't worry about it. Don't touch it.
Oh.
It's just good interaction.
Yeah,
I like interaction. We're gonna talk to the people that's in here. We appreciate them.
Yeah. So hang out. Go check out Golden Thread channel. He always got some awesome stuff going on. Like I said, highly entertaining. He got effects and all this kind of stuff. It's just stuff that you don't see on any of the channels. I mean, it's 1,000 channels to watch, but it's
Always
not 1,000 channels that you'll keep watching.
Always upbeat and positive.
Yes, and that's the main thing. You want that positive, that good vibe. Yeah. Yeah. No gossip, no drama. You want to stay away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you get enough of that in real life. When
Yeah.
when I go to YouTube, I'm looking for something upbeat, something to take my mind off. Like sometimes, like speaking of what we were talking about, I might look up something like sharks. Yeah, you doing better than your best, man. You doing all right, brother. I appreciate your channel. But like I was saying, I go on the internet sometimes. Like my new thing, around this time of the year, I look up shark stuff because I like sharks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Shark Week is
yeah.
coming up soon. If we already missed it.
So sometimes I'll be on the internet, and it's crazy how the channel that you're on, you can get absorbed into it. You can almost feel like you're in that space, whatever the space is. If it's a negative space, you feel negative and heavy when you get off. If it's positive and light, like I like to listen to, like when I'm going to sleep, I listen to rain or the ocean waves. Like if you really can get your mind into what you're listening to, you become what you're listening to.
Right.
You know. So I like when I go to Golden Threat because I totally forget about reality. He always got some laughter and some upbeat stuff.
Yeah, up in the clubhouse. Got to get up in the club.
All those special effects. No, what about Area 51?
Yeah, what is that?
Go ahead and tell everybody what Area 51 is about and what we've heard about it, or what's out there.
But we're talking about being safe today for this weather. The weather is going to be warm today. Keep your Gatorade and keep cool. Stay in if you don't have to be out. Sometimes we take this heat for granted.
Yeah, that's apparently if you're in America and you're in the Northeast, because apparently it's winter to some
in
around
Australia. Yeah, you're in Australia, you don't have to worry about the heat today.
You have to put your jacket on. He said it's nearing the end, so after winter, then comes spring, according to who sings that? After winter, then comes spring. Is that Angie Stone? You said you didn't even answer me. Playing games always help relieve my stress. That's the one thing when you don't have the computer.
There you go.
Final year of your degree. What degree program are you in? And congrats.
Yes, education is the key.
I just finished up my master's in December, so I'm excited. People are planning to try to go to Area 51.
What is Area 51?
Congratulations. I don't know too much about Area 51. I know it's like not too many questions are answered by Area 51. I know usually it's thank you so much. I know Area 51 is all about government experiments. People don't know about it. Like that type of thing. I can't look it up right now, but
okay.
Yeah, I finished up mine with criminal justice. I want to teach college on the side, like teaching online and stuff like that. I like helping people learn new stuff and encouraging the next generation.
Also, it's a highly classified United States Air Force facility.
Okay. I know there's always speculation about what goes on in Area 51, government, highly classified stuff. So Area 51 is one of the most restricted areas in the world, so it must be hiding something the government doesn't want us to see.
Of course, we believe that.
Right. That's why we don't know too much about it. We know there's some secret stuff going over there. I don't even like Google and stuff like that. I'm starting to get a little bit more, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now.
Suspicious
or like, yeah, suspicious.
Like, what do you call it? You call it I can't think of it.
I'm starting to build an anxiety to things that are going on, a little bit more sensitive to things, more like conspiracy theories. I'm starting to kind of look at things a little bit different, like
Maybe it's some truth to it.
This face app that was created by a Russian creator, and they were saying that it could possibly be taking your information. And we keep having rumors of things with apps and gathering intelligence and information from our devices and what we watch on TV and what we surf on the internet, what books you're getting, what you're purchasing, your social security number. I mean, that probably started years ago just with that. Because that's really like a tracking number. You can't do anything without a social security number.
And the reason why I really don't get so much into stuff like how they saying with the app, I really wasn't so interested in trying it, but we can't fool ourselves and think that that is just that one app that's doing it. Every single thing that is on your phone, and it's not just your telephones, because people just assume that the phones are the things that gather information. Your television inside of your house, if you have a smart, any type of device, TV, cell phone, tablet, all of that stuff has the capability. If you can enter information, you think it can't gather information?
Oh, I believe it.
When you have all this stuff with this, where you can see a person, if I can see you and you can see me, how do you cut it off? Well, are you actually really cutting it off?
I remember a while ago they were having discussion about I can't think of the proper terminology right now. Coffee hasn't gotten to my brain yet, but it was basically the government was trying to figure out about privacy, how they could make these little nano bugs to help out in times of war and to gather intelligence and information. So I'm thinking to myself, if you said, so another time, do you remember when the Jetsons, that's where we first saw microwaves?
Right.
Then all of a sudden we get microwaves later. Like, there's so many different things that have forecasted where we are now and things of that nature. One theory is that everyone is hiding a lot of little green men who are forced to work in sweatshops to make new technology. That probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. If we think we're the only life form out here, it is so many planets that haven't even been found. So we think we the only living creatures. I don't know. I kind of find it hard to believe we got 9 planets, right, that we know of, documented, and this is the only place that has living form or life on it. What makes our planet just so, special that there's nothing else? I mean, so this is a little bit off topic, but this is still on respecting other life forms and life and the heat and the planet has to offer. So the other day, we're talking about intelligence of even animals. What we don't know, what we do know. I had 2 cans in my hand. My wife is gonna reveal that video another time. Put 2 different cans of food in my hand. He said, interesting. 2 cans. We don't know. I'm getting beyond myself because I get excited when I think about things. I had 2 cans in my hand, laying down to the little baby. I said,
to the dog he's talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I call him little baby. Yeah. To the dog. I said, which one you want, buddy? I swear to goodness.
He smelled both cans.
Go ahead.
He smelled both cans, and then he tapped one can.
And he tapped it a couple times, so I knew.
To let you know that that's the can that he wanted.
And I was just like.
Now, mind you, the can that he tapped is the food that we give him, his soft food that we give him mixed in with his hard food, but it's the same flavor. And we thought it was interesting. When I saw this, he probably can smell what's in the can anyway.
Yeah, but he answered the question.
But he answered us. But it's the same way with kids.
He responded so yeah, he didn't answer, but he communicated. So go ahead. I don't want to get into it.
And it's the same thing with kids. They say all the time, even when a child is in your womb to talk to it, and we think that they say that the kids only hear vibrations, and that's how they learn your voice. But why wouldn't they understand the words?
Okay, so how about this? Watch this. The kid can't speak for how many years?
Really one, not even one, depending on the kid.
I'm talking full sentences. I'm talking back and forth. How long? It's more than a year. About, you get full conversation about what, 2.5?
Yeah, and
cognitive.
And it depends on the kid, because some kids talk right away.
Right.
And then they say all this time frame. It takes this long for this to happen, that long, and this for
What
that
I'm
to happen, and
saying
that.
is, okay, they are communicating from the time that they get here, but they're not always given the verbiage that we're doing back and
Right.
forth. Like, you know, when they cry and they whine, I never got really an attitude with my kids when they cried, because I felt like they were telling me something. Like, how annoying is that? That I'm living with you and I can't really say, hey man, I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
Yes, they do. A dog can hear something.
They said universal ears. Now, and you know what, Jack? Because I'm a creative, I really question everything. Like, I can go on. We were only supposed to be talking about weather advisory today, Jack. And thank God you two came in, because what you do is probe out each other's minds and we get to talk about other stuff. It's always stuff like this on my mind, and I feel like a weirdo a lot of time, Jack, and my being different. I've always been a weirdo. I've always believed in other things on conscious levels that are different than what we vibrate on, and I just kind of keep it to myself, except for my wife, because this is my best buddy. We'll be married 18 years in September, and this been my buddy. Well, she was my boss for a while, and then we moved from that to a friendship, and then best buds, and then fiance, and then wife, and now children of my kids along with wife. And sometimes I go say something to her, and she'll be like, "Oh, I already thought of that. You ain't by yourself." I'm like,
no, because I'm telling you, dogs are smart. When I talk to my dog, it's the same way we talk to our children. And I've been doing this ever since they was a kid. I do not talk to them. We never talk in baby talk. It surprised me enough. Like, people joke and think that that's, you know.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
People joke about that, but that talking to your kid like that is.
Thanks, Gold Thread.
Yeah, thanks, GT. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you for vouching for my not weirdness.
Yeah, let me tell you, people think that, you know, that's just funny to baby talk, but it's not. It will really impair your kids' speech. But back to what I was saying about the dog. I talk to my dog just like I talk to anybody else in my house. I literally say, go to your bed, sit down. You're getting on my nerves. Like, I really talk to him like that. I'm telling you. And the dog responds to. They say dogs don't understand, but I know that he understands because he's doing what I'm saying.
Well, even when it's not the commands that you gave, when you're talking to him in a nice voice, because you went right to parenting.
Because they say it's tone, but I believe that tone has a lot to do with it. But I also, even a baby, if you ever see babies, and there's a video that was on Facebook about a man talking to the son, and the kid was like not speaking, but he was like mama, like saying stuff back with the dad, like they was in a real conversation.
Right.
And I said, how do we know that kids understand it? They do. They're human. They understand what words are.
Well, this is why development. Oh, I really hate talking on this. No.
I'm gonna light up your thing in here so you can.
We about to Jack. We about to respond to you, brother. I don't like not responding to folk. We're gonna use my phone to pull up the comments and keep that.
Right, so we can
see what you're saying. What did Jack just say?
It moves on here. Right there.
Same here. I'm also a weirdo, but I never talk about these things to other people just so I don't scare them off. Well, you could always come on here and talk here, because we are so open-minded until closed-minded people aggravate me. I can't even talk to you if you closed-minded.
Yeah, because you never.
I'm not even trying to hear what you're talking about if you on some closed-minded. There are things that I prefer and things that I don't, but I'm not close to talking about it. You understand?
And believe me, we don't know everything, and I do believe in that there's other life forms out here. I do believe that human beings understand far more than what they say that we understand. You don't know what a child understands. Like, they can tell us, and science can say all these things, even with animals, but do they really know? They only gather the data they can gather. They don't really know how smart a kid really is. For all we know, a kid can come here understanding before he even get here. If he can hear through your stomach and he can hear you talking, why wouldn't he be able to understand words?
I'm gonna go.
How do he develop words eventually if he don't understand it?
Something that we noticed in the house. I'm a musician, if you guys haven't followed. haven't been following or don't know. Every dog we have had goes to sleep to the music that I play. Every single dog.
And the kids.
And the kids. And it's like, it's something that is in the music that I play that makes them soothing. So here's the punchline to it. I love instrumental music and I love jazz. I naturally have ingested whatever is communicated in smooth jazz and relaxing music. Even if I make like a hip hop, R&B or gospel, my wife was like, your music is so relaxing. Like no matter how hype I get, it's still low, smoothness in it. Well, how would a dog know that? Every dog that we have had has conveyed that through his body language. We've only had boy dogs. Well, we had one girl dog, but she didn't stay long enough.
I can't deal with girl dogs. That's just not my
That's because
deal.
you want to be the only queen in the house. That's a whole other video. I would never have a daughter dog.
Female dogs just don't.
I had a very protective. She was a little puppy,
a baby pit.
So we have a rule: if any dog of any age bites, it has to go. So we had another dog at the time. That was that little guy that I saved off the street.
Roscoe.
She bit Roscoe. Did she bite Roscoe or was it Buzz?
Yeah, she bit Roscoe.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't do girl dogs. They just don't know. She bit Roscoe and she had to go.
She loved me. She would sit on my stomach. She was so tiny, and she would just curl up and go to sleep on me. And then when I would go to work,
she would sit at the top of the steps and be cute and all of that, and sit there like a nice little dog. And as soon as he shut the door, as soon as that door shut, she go right in a flip mode, start trying to nip at me, nipping at the other dog.
You know what I said? We go ahead and put that back to what we was talking about from the beginning. It's like when you have kids, man. Kids know who their favorite parent is. They know who their favorite sibling
is. They know
what
parent to play with and what parent they can get over on. Yep. My kids are no different than my animals. Everything in my house that breathes, children and my dog, when my husband leaves, they get to acting. They try to act crazy on me. I be having to put my foot down on them and say, look, calm down. If daddy is not here, that don't mean y'all act crazy in here with me. Even a dog, sometimes that door's shut and he start jumping on the couch and running and
he was in your seat when I went downstairs. As soon as I went downstairs, he got up out your seat.
He likes to do that. I'm telling you, if I could literally have an animal, my dog would be my real true kid.
He acts just like her.
He follows me everywhere. He's like my true duck, just like my kids.
Yep.
He follows me everywhere. He wants everything that I have, just like the other kids. He is constantly
and
just
again,
with me all the time.
That goes back to what I was trying to say from the beginning. There is other intelligent life out here. They just may not communicate like we do. Like, I was watching Under the Ocean video. Like, I love Bodies of Water. You know how I feel about Bodies of Water. I was watching a scuba diver and they were doing footage and everything under there interacting with sea life. Literally, I swear to goodness, this dude was petting the fish. And the fish was just standing there like, you ever see how ice takes you when you pet him?
Mm-hmm.
He starts like loving it and he's like so calm. Literally, dude was sitting there rubbing the fish underneath water, and you could see the kindness going from the human to the fish back to the human.
Because touching has so much power in it. It is power in the human touch, and people take that for granted.
No.
Women have brought kids back to literally from almost dying, bring them back to life.
I don't have
from just contact. Human
I don't even
human
have
touch
to.
is wrong.
I don't have to go that far. I can go in my own life, and I don't mind sharing. The older I get, the more brazen I am about sharing my feelings, because it doesn't take away from my toughness. Actually, it's a weak person who can't convey how they feel and keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at comics, so Jack, here goes my weirdness, and Threat, here goes my weirdness. I enjoy a lot of the movies that are supposed to be so on a different level because I identify with it and bring it to my level. Incredible Hulk and Wolverine are by far my most identifiable characters. I feel like Wolverine has a tough exterior. He belongs, but he also is alone at the same time. He wants to be there for the group, but he don't want to get too close for whatever
because he don't want to get hurt.
He doesn't want to get hurt.
He had a lot of heartache, and he just don't want to experience that. So he tries to keep his emotions as he feels under control, although he never really can.
For me, that is a thing that I struggle with my whole life. I had good parents, but old school parents, they're not the huggy type. And so I'm not the huggy type, but I try to be the huggy type because I don't want to not be the huggy type to the next generation and to my wife. And nobody should have to ask for a hug. Wolverine is not hugging nobody. Like, that's just his deal. But as the times go on, he did. Where I identify with the Hulk, I'll never forget the one where I can't remember. It was like a couple of them, but I want to say that was the one where Abomination was in it, and Betty, his girlfriend, the pop was in the military, and it was like really forbidding him to go near him. But every time she would come near him, he would come down off of that super high. And then if you remember in the Avengers, Black Widow was that to him.
Right.
And she would say,
could calm him down.
Black Widow, ooh, she's pretty too. She would say to his character, "Hey friend," in a nice calm voice, "Hey friend, the sun is getting really low." And she would extend her hand and calm down. Well, this is my Betty over here. Betty has done that for me so many times in real life situations. Because I'm the guy, when it takes a while for me to get upset, but once I'm there, I literally can't hear nothing nobody's saying. And for if you be loud, that's just gonna set me off. My wife has so many instances, whether it's child rearing, or whether it's work, or whether it's in the streets, because everybody tough in these streets. I'm old school. I don't take a bark for just a bark. I'm thinking you about to bite, so I'm getting ready on my end, and my wife already know that. Now, I ain't talking tough. I'm not that guy, trust me. But certain things you do, if you catch me the wrong way, I'm looking defensive, because that's the kind of world we in. Everybody is on this. And so many times, little Betty over here has said, "Nah, don't worry about it. That's not what he meant. That's not what she meant." That's what, those Marvel comics, those Avengers, a lot of these fairy tale stories that are so fairy.
Stan Lee was beyond his time, and Stan Lee captured a way to speak to people in a way.
Good morning, Tanya.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Right, going through it is something buried in these stories.
Yes, it's always.
And I'm gonna share something else with you about Marvel when she finished talking.
Yeah, Stan Lee was a genius, and he knew how to capture. He knew how to capture a way of speaking to people in a way where it doesn't look offensive, where you can't, where nobody feels like they're attacked or targeted, but delivering a message within what he's saying. I mean, we do live in a place where some people are like the enemy, even though we are here in America.
Well, see, one of the things that I'm going to go ahead and touch on, one of the rumors that runs around the internet is Stan Lee created Xavier and Eric, and guess who they were mirroring? Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Because at that time that he developed those characters, because he felt like they both were fighting for the good, but one was mirroring more of an aggressive temperament, and the other one was more of, let's draw with being passive and more of a love. Now Martin also, he didn't mind getting down to the nitty-gritty also. But right, going through it. So that was one of the things that I hold dear to myself when I watch these Stan Lee products, because here this brother was speaking through cartoons and characters and comics, and a lot of times we need to think on a higher consciousness than what's just put right in front of us. And that is why sometimes I get overloaded with ideas and theories and trying to be positive and overcoming negative.
And even to a smaller way of how you identify. Everybody has their gifts and stuff, and we tend to lessen gifts because it's not as big as others. But we are more than just athlete or a singer. We need other gifts to be able to survive.
Right.
And I feel like he also shows that. And we do have real life heroes. We have heroes every single day, but we just don't consider these people as heroes, although we should. Because if you're a teacher, a police officer, people who are fighting every day to keep the place safe, you are the heroes to me. You are teaching children so they can go on and do something with themselves. Yeah, you're a hero. You you are Xavier.
Yeah.
You know, but in the comics, he's looked at as like a higher, you know, held such this higher standard where we got Xavier's every single day,
Yeah.
walking right past us all the time. Principals, teachers, people who own schools, you know, every day these people are right around us.
And I even make it even bigger, but even on a smaller level, the people that don't have the titles, that just go ahead and send these people out into these places, because you have to have a strong base at home to go out and move forward, and then you come home with those burdens. The people that are at home are putting up with you and these burdens to try to make the world a better place. Those people are as important as the people that's physically going out to these places.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Everybody has a place, and we minimize our sometimes our children and what they know. I'm telling you, half of the time, a child will speak more truth than an adult.
And I love it because it's unfiltered. It's like, you know, nobody's in their ear
The
trying to.
unadulterated truth. Sometimes you don't even want to hear it.
No, I was just speaking the other day. So, if you're just entering this chat, or if you're standing by, one, if you want to enter I want to recap just to catch you up because I see more of where you were. Thank you for coming in. Cleaner Trades here, and I'm Lee Mims Productions. We were talking about originally, make sure you take care of yourself. Otherwise, the Northeast is experiencing exceeding overwhelmingly, abundantly above the heat.
Yes, that is so true, Jack.
For this time of the year. We also are telling you to stay hydrated, head covering. What was the spray you were talking about?
Oh, make sure you are using sunscreen or suntan lotion. Not suntan, sunscreen, like sunblock.
And then we jump to the other parts where we're talking about thank you, Golden Thread, for stopping through. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you check out Golden Thread, wonderful channel, wonderful brother. And
yeah, see you GT up in the club. See you soon, buddy.
The other things that we were talking about is the art of communication, whether you can verbalize like humans, pets, little babies who can't talk yet, and we're talking about how to operate on another frequency of conscious level, meaning seeing beyond what is put right in front of you, and that includes being leery of where you put your information on the internet, things of that nature. So hopefully everyone's caught up. Those people look like they may have left at this point, but if you start scrolling through the video, to be smack dead in the middle, so you'll be able to know what was going on previously.
Yeah. So
what did Jack say?
You see it right there.
Okay.
Based off basically what we were saying about, you know, that it is messaging through what we watch. It is messaging now, and I'm finding it more. And because I don't know if people know this, but it has been an influx of, if you watch certain people like Shonda Rhimes, Dick Wolf, you feel like more,
that's my guy.
You feel more emotion. You feel like this emotion. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you again.
Oh, Golden Thread, boy.
Have a good one, Tanya.
Have a good one.
You
Thanks for
blessed
coming.
also. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, so like you start to feel the emotion in these shows. I don't know what these ladies' names are, but like from Queen Sugar, that's on OWN, is all female producers and stuff. You feel so much emotion in these shows, and I say to my husband all the time, you don't know. I don't believe that this is just a feeling from somebody being such a creative writer. These people are tapping into real human emotion, real issues, real stuff. Greenleaf, this is real stuff that's happening in our communities, in our families every single day, and we go through life managing and trying to make it the best we can. And I really identify with a lot of these shows because the stuff that they are putting in these shows are really real things that we should be really paying more attention to.
I feel like the best story is a true story.
Yes. Yes.
But we don't want to hold you guys up any longer. I don't know if you have anything else. The main thing is this would probably be the title that she puts on here. She puts one on here. It was about a weather advisory, but we done touched on a couple
No, so
couple
I
more
played
things.
it safe and put let's chat happy Friday.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Because you know we are very much creatives, and we may talk about 90 different things, and it won't match the title. We're reading Jack's comment, and that's why I get so infuriated when people disregard all of this effort people put into creating these stories, especially when they criticize them. Oh, I get it. Trust me.
yes, yes.
I have some things that I'm looking to do this year. My wife's been on me about putting this book out that I'm working on. I'm just so, what's the word about my art? Like,
He can't never get it perfect.
no, I get frustrated, and
But we're working towards doing a book. We are really working towards doing it
And
because
I don't want to tell what the title of the book is, but it's going to be very inspirational.
and just since before we go, guys, you can go to any streaming site and get Lee Music. He is on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Bandcamp,
BeatStars is for
BeatStars.
It's for releasing.
Even here on YouTube, you go to Lee Mills Productions.
Great meeting you too, Jack. Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you too, Jack. You can go and you can purchase his music. He's also on Amazon. He's also on Google Play. So go and just, even if you just want to go and just listen to it. Bandcamp, you can go in there and you can just listen to the music, and you know how you can just sample through Apple them just to hear the different things to decide. Most songs are like 99 cents on there, or you can buy the complete album. But if not, just go to our YouTube channel, look up Queen and Lee Lives with the live music, and we have live music where he plays guitars and all that kind of stuff, and we have good conversations.
Inspirational.
We also have our inspirational. You have Lee Inspirations where he gives good inspirational talks, and also sometime today I'll be putting up our inspiration, if not tomorrow. If you live in the New York area and you can get channel 115 in Long Island area, you can see our show called the Queen and Lee Show. But what I'm going to be doing is for people who doesn't live in the area, I'm going to be posting it on our channel, and then the title will be the Queen and Lee Show. I already posted one episode.
Right.
And it's titled the Queen and Lee Show, What's Happiness, and then I'll be putting up the second episode either today or tomorrow. So look out for that. We're on Instagram. On YouTube, I'm at Queen of Trades 1234. On Instagram, I'm at Queen of Trades 12. And on Facebook, I'm at Queen of Trades 12 also. And you can find him, Lee Mims Production, on all of these same sites, right? So check us out. Subscribe, share, come back. Go through our playlist. We have challenges. We have everything here. We have mukbangs. We have a variety.
Kids, dogs.
Everything. The whole full family is here.
Sister-in-law, brother.
Yes, the MKW crew. I'm going to be adding some new stuff so you can get to know everybody that's on our channel. And that's pretty much it. I know that was a mouthful of things, but we want to thank GT again for giving us our first super chat.
Yes. Thank you.
Our first super chats. We greatly appreciate that. And again, shout out GT channel. He has an awesome channel. You will be highly entertained. You will not regret stopping by his channel. Until next time, guys. Bye.